I was just kind of buying some clothes, and I came across these shirts for like, I don't know, they were like $11 a piece, and I was like, damn, these are not bad. And then I was thinking like what to wear with it because I fucking hate wearing pants in Florida, you know.
Mm.
Um, so I didn't even know what to like look for, right? Like, what the hell are dress shorts? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck would you even like? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, what do you wear, like other than pants with a shirt like this? You could just wear basketball shorts, I guess, but it looks kind of goofy.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I mean, how do you? I don't think it's possible for any human being to wear dress shorts and not look like a total douche.
hold on though. That's what I was thinking, and then I also
Yeah.
found these that were like suggested to go with it, and I'm gonna step out and put them on. Make sure you watch that stream. I just turned it off, so I don't know when he's coming.
Okay.
Ugh. I don't know how PG it is to change my shorts on stream. Women tend to be naked on stream, so but like, dude, so there are
Yeah.
these shorts.
We're recommended with it.
Yeah, they're golf shorts. So like, I don't know, they look nice. Like the whole
Either you,
outfit.
no, Doug. Either you purchase those clothes from like a CIA back room, because those are. I'm serious, dude. Like those are like blend in with the crowd type of outfit,
I
right? Like
but it's formal enough. You know what I mean? Like it's formal enough
honestly, Doug,
to
you need to go to a
pass.
thrift store. You need to go to a thrift store or a sharing center. You can get shirts for like $2.
Golf
On good
shorts.
ones too.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can find anything.
Well, fair enough. But I don't want to leave my home.
This is true. You can go to Amazon. Amazon sometimes has deals.
Yeah, all of this was on sale.
Yeah.
So, can you share the stream?
Oh yeah, yeah. Nothing's happened yet, so
Okay. Yeah, he's it's pretty late. But yes, so we'll start
yeah.
the episode now. Um, the official tariffs have started. Welcome everyone to episode 3, season 2, Picks Politics. Today we're going to talk about the tariffs and those horrific plane crashes. You see those?
Yeah.
Um,
It's pretty crazy.
for sure. So why? Okay, it's just streaming. I don't know what this thing is on about, but yeah. So the tariffs start today. The first set is on Mexico and Canada. And I believe it's both. I think it's 25% on both. 25% on Canada's energy sector, and I don't know what it is for Mexico. Maybe just cars or something. But yeah.
Mm.
So Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, is going to give a speech. He's supposed to start 30 minutes ago, but he's a little late.
A
So
little.
yeah, I don't know. This it's kind of common, I think, for world leaders to be like 30 minutes late. I don't know why, but like even Trump is fashionably late most of the time. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, also these flags aren't even symmetrical.
why does it look like there's artifacting along the flags?
That I
Also,
don't know.
dude, your face just froze at the funniest moment. Dear God.
Meaning raisin bran.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we can start with the plane crashes.
Yeah.
Have you seen both of them?
Oh yeah, Doug. I gooned to them.
Yeah, that's nice, I guess. Good for you. Tribute to the survivors or what?
Yeah, sure. Use the survivors. You got it, Doug. But yeah, no, it's like it's just supposed to be like professionals. Like they're piloting these things. All of a sudden, they just go down. Also, the helicopter.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the helicopter one first because I think that one was the
Yeah,
most interesting.
yeah. So that
On
one had like already had 2 near misses with the 2 other planes.
Really?
Yes.
That
With the path it
that
was going on,
specific helicopter during that time period?
it was trying to crash into a plane.
Oh yeah. So okay, how we should show the video when you get a chance. But
Uh-huh.
so for if anyone who's missed it, there was a Black Hawk. Was it a Black Hawk helicopter flying?
Yeah.
I think supposedly from the CIA base or a CIA base. Um, and it flew into to an airplane, commercial flight,
Yeah.
during its landing. Now, Trump has already given 2 speeches on it. One of them, he blamed DEI. I was watching. There's this dude I follow on YouTube who used to be really good for the news, but he's like gone completely liberal, anti-Trump, and he just says, I'm not gonna lie, of all the disinformation I hear coming from people, he does it in like the best way possible. Like people are so convinced he's telling the truth that even for a moment when I'm listening to it, I'm like, okay, you are doing a really good job at taking his words and like twisting it to another level. So I'll briefly explain what Trump said. So Trump blamed DEI on the crash. Now, a lot of people assumed he meant that DEI, or I don't know if all of them did, but the guy I was watching, who's pretty popular, he was saying that DEI was oh sorry, we'll continue later. Let's listen to Justin Trudeau here.
Bonsoir. Good evening. Today, the United States informed us they will be imposing 25% tariffs on Canadian exports to the United States and 10% on Canadian energy.
Awesome.
A decision that, should they elect to proceed with, should take effect on Tuesday, February 4th.
Okay.
Cette décision met en péril une relation économique historique. Une relation qui a été la source de tellement de richesses, de prospérité et de possibilités des 2 côtés de la frontière. Tonight, first, I want to speak directly to Americans.
Oh yeah, we're here, we're listening, we're watching. What you got to say?
This is a choice that, yes, will harm Canadians, but beyond that, it will have real consequences for you, the American people.
Let's go! Double whammy!
Consistently
2 people I
said,
hate, Canadians and Americans.
against Canada will put your jobs at risk, potentially shutting down American auto assembly plants and other manufacturing facilities.
How
You mean the automated ones?
Costs
I know,
for you, including food at the grocery stores and gas at the pump. They will impede your access to an affordable supply of vital goods crucial for U.S. security, such as nickel, potash, uranium, steel, and aluminum.
We don't need any of that.
Violate the free trade agreement that the President and I, along with our Mexican partner, negotiated and signed a few years ago.
How about you stop letting fentanyl come over the border, you asshole?
As President John F. Kennedy said many years ago, geography has made us neighbors, history has made us friends, economics has made us partners, and necessity has made us allies. That rang true for many decades prior to President Kennedy's time in office, and in the decades since. From the beaches of Normandy to the mountains of the Korean Peninsula, from the fields of Flanders to the streets of Kandahar, we have fought and died alongside you. During your darkest hours, during the Iranian hostage crisis, those 444 days we worked around the clock from our embassy to get your innocent compatriots home. During the summer of 2005, when Hurricane Katrina ravaged your great city of New Orleans, or mere weeks ago, when we sent water bombers to tackle the wildfires in California. During the day the world stood still, September 11th, 2001, when we provided refuge to stranded passengers and planes, we were always there, standing with you, grieving with you,
Man,
the
he's really
American
taking this
people.
personal.
Yeah,
Together,
actually doing a pretty good job too.
He's
built
pissed,
the most
dude.
successful
not happy.
economic, military, and security partnership the world has ever seen. A relationship
I
that has
disagree.
been the envy of the world. Yes, we've had our differences in the past, but we've always found a way to get past them. As I've said before, if President Trump wants to usher in a new golden age for the United States, the better path is to partner with Canada, not to punish us. Canada has
So what you're saying is we're
critical
stronger than
minerals,
you.
Oh yeah.
reliable and
Oh, yeah.
affordable energy.
If you want a golden
stable
age, you should
democratic
not attack us. Ooh,
institutions,
ooh.
shared
Oh,
values,
oh,
So what you're
no.
saying is
and natural
what
resources.
you're saying is we're better than you.
need. Canada has the ingredients necessary to build a booming and secure partnership for the North American economy, and we stand at the ready to work together. Let's take a moment to talk about our shared border. Our border is already
They ain't gonna have one
safe
soon.
and
You gotta become a
secure, but
state.
There's always more work to do.
Oh,
Less than 1% of fentanyl, less than 1% of illegal crossings into the United States come from Canada. But hearing concerns from both Canadians and Americans, including the American president himself, we're taking action. We launched a $1.3 billion border plan that is already showing results, because we too are devastated by the scourge that is fentanyl, a drug that has torn apart communities and caused so much pain and torment for countless families across Canada, just like in the United States. A drug that we too want to see wiped from the face of this earth. A drug whose traffickers must be punished.
Okay.
just don't do
As
drugs. What
neighbors,
the fuck are we talking about right
We
now?
must work
I don't know
Just
what
don't
he's on.
collaboratively
I
to
don't get
fix
it.
this.
The drugs flow south. They don't flow up.
Unfortunately.
Like, is he
Yeah,
smoking crack?
The actions taken
I've
today
never
by the
understood the
White
fentanyl
House
bullshit. Literally,
split
just
us
don't
apart.
smoke crack.
instead of
Okay,
bringing us together.
actually, to be honest, it's not just a
Tonight,
crack. Like, they're literally
I
lacing
am announcing
marijuana with it and
Canada
stuff.
will be
Like, it's got
responding
kind of
to
crazy.
the U.S. trade action
Stop smoking weed.
with
Like,
25% tariffs against
you don't need weed,
$155
dude.
billion worth of American goods. This will include
We should be
immediate
able to smoke
tariffs on
marijuana without
$30
being
billion
spiked.
worth of
That's all
goods
I'm saying.
as of Tuesday.
Get a better
followed by
supplier. Seems
further
like a dealer
tariffs
issue.
on $125
It's kind of a federal
billion
government issue, to be
worth
honest.
of American products in 21 days'
The
time
government could make it
to
if they wanted
allow
to.
Canadian companies
Well, the
and
problem
supply
is it's
chains
banned by the federal
to
government.
seek to find alternatives.
So what happens is banks
Oh
can't.
no, we banned
Ce soir,
marijuana. Now you're smoking
j'annonce
marijuana and
la
dying.
réplique du
Instead
Canada.
of making it
Les
legal,
tarifs
let's
douaniers
just
de 25%
find the fentanyl
pour
dealers.
155 milliards de dollars de marchandises américaines.
So stupid.
Dès mardi, 30 milliards de dollars de produits américains vont être touchés par ces tarifs. Et dans 21 jours, pour donner le temps aux compagnies canadiennes de trouver des options alternatives, ce sera le cas pour 125 milliards de dollars de marchandises de plus. Like the American tariffs, our response will also be far-reaching and include everyday items such as American beer, wine, and bourbon, fruits and fruit juices, including orange juice, along with vegetables, perfume, clothing, and shoes. It'll include major consumer products like household appliances,
I don't know.
furniture,
Okay.
and
Is he
sports
saying that he's going
and
to apply
materials
tariffs
like
to these things? Is
lumber
that what he's
and
saying?
plastics,
Okay.
Yes.
along with
So he's
much,
escalating
much
the trade
more.
war. He's saying, okay,
And
fine,
as
you
part
tax
of our
our energy, we'll
response,
tax
we are
on everything.
considering with the provinces and
What do you
territories
produce, Canada?
several
Most of your shit comes from
non-tariff
China, just like
measures,
us. I don't even know what we're talking
including
about right
some
now.
relating to critical minerals, energy, procurement, and other partnerships. We will stand strong for
I'm
Canada.
sure. I am.
We will stand strong to ensure our countries continue to be the best neighbors in the world.
You're gonna become
All
a
that
state,
said,
dude.
Yeah,
also want to speak
let's
directly
be,
to
if I'm being
Canadians
honest, I'm pretty
in
sure
this
that's
moment.
what Trump's goal is. Like, I think he's just
Yeah.
putting pressure
Many
on
of
them
you are
to make them
anxious.
become a state, which,
Yeah.
again,
I want you to know
I'll fuck with.
we are all
I mean, without
in
us,
this
they're nothing.
together.
Make them bend the
The
knee.
Canadian government,
Yeah.
Canadian businesses, Canadian organized labor, Canadian civil
Also,
society,
I thought this guy
Canada's
resigned.
premiers, and tens of millions of Canadians from
is he doing here?
coast to coast to coast are aligned
Oh.
and united. This is Team Canada at its best. Plus tôt aujourd'hui, j'ai parlé avec les
Oh,
premiers
not the
ministres
French
de
again.
toutes
Just
nos
fuck off.
provinces
Just
et territoires.
I can't take it anymore, dude.
On est
I
unis
hate
et
the French.
solidaires.
I hate.
He's
Nous
not.
avons tous
I
appuyé
understand a
notre
little what he's
approche.
saying. He's not saying anything in like.
On est aussi alignés
Important.
pour faire tomber les obstacles qui freinent le
giving, like,
commerce
inspirational
entre
speeches
nos
in
provinces
French.
et territoires et rendre ça plus facile pour les
So
consommateurs
you speak
de
to the
choisir
Americans
les
in English,
produits
and
de
then you
chez
give
nous.
inspirational speeches and something they can't even
quelques
understand.
minutes,
Yeah.
Je me suis entretenu
Who the
avec
fuck elected
Madame
this guy?
Sheinbaum, la présidente du Mexique, notre autre partenaire nord-américain,
He
qui a
won
lui
by
aussi
swaying the Indian
été la
vote.
cible de tarifs douaniers aujourd'hui.
Canada's-
On s'est engagé à travailler
Canada's got a
ensemble
weird ass
pour y faire
political
face.
system where it
Il s'agit
basically
d'une menace
the
qui vise l'ensemble du pays.
governors of
Ça
their
me fait chaud au cœur de
provinces
voir autant de nos
vote
leaders répondre
on-
à l'appel et s'engager pour
or
qu'aucun Canadien
help
ne
control who
soit
is
laissé
prime
pour
minister.
compte.
So the
Notre
president
gouvernement va être
or the
là
prime
pour les
minister, sorry,
Canadiens.
has to make
On va être là
deals
pour vous.
with the different,
Mais en même chose,
you know,
en
governors
même temps,
in
j'ai
order to
quelque chose
become
à
the
vous
prime
demander.
minister. And he made a
Je vous
deal with one
demande
of the
d'être
biggest regions,
solidaires
which is
les uns
mostly
des autres.
Indians. Indians,
Beaucoup
I think it's
d'entre nous
Indians, yeah.
vont être affectés par tout ça et vont vivre des
Oh,
moments
the
difficiles.
Indians.
Yeah, but they
Je
stopped
demande
supporting him, so he had to
D'être là
resign.
les uns pour les autres, d'être là pour vos amis,
Do they
Now
still
that-
vos
support him?
voisins
That was
et vos
Wait.
they don't
compatriotes.
support him anymore. I don't know
D'un
how he's
océan
still
à
in
l'autre,
office. I don't know.
les Canadiens
I don't know what
sont
happens
très
after
différents.
a prime minister
On parle de
resigns.
différentes
Apparently, they're
langues,
still
on a
allowed
de
to be
différentes croyances,
prime
on a de
minister for a couple of
différentes
months or some
opinions,
shit. I don't know. I
différentes
don't understand how
idées.
that works.
Et quand on reste unis,
Hmm.
on puise notre force dans cette différence. And now is also the time to choose Canada. There are many ways for you to do your part. It might mean checking the labels at the supermarket and picking Canadian-made products. It might mean opting for
You know what that
Canadian
means,
rye
right?
over Kentucky bourbon.
That means he's
Foregoing
fucking
Florida
terrified
orange
that
juice
America's going to
altogether.
escalate the tariffs more.
It might mean changing your
Yeah.
summer vacation plans to stay here in Canada and explore the many national and provincial parks, historical sites,
With
and
you, this
tourist
guy on the right's
destinations our
like,
great country has to
Maybe,
offer.
maybe we should stop talking about
C'est
this
le temps de
subject.
choisir des produits d'ici et d'appuyer des entreprises
Yeah, like-
d'ici.
Yeah, guys,
D'appuyer nos
just
producteurs
vacation in
agricoles,
Canada, the
nos
frozen
manufacturiers,
wasteland
nos
that
travailleurs, nos
produces less than
entrepreneurs,
2%
nos
of all of our
artistes.
exports to your country or
It
something.
might mean doing all of these
We know that you
things.
mostly see made in China labels on
finding
most of
your
your
own-
food.
I know, right?
To stand
What
up
are you
for
talking
Canada.
about?
Yeah,
In this
sorry, we
moment,
know all your
we
your
must
immaterial
pull
products
together.
are China, and
Because we
you
love
already have a
this
bunch of
country.
farms, and we're a frozen
We
wasteland
pride
with
ourselves on
very few exports.
braving the
but
cold during the
Please.
long winter months.
Please,
They're
We
so
don't
fucked.
like to beat our
Like,
chests,
so
but
the
we're always
logistics of
out there,
Canada is insane. They
waving
don't
the maple
export
leaf
anything
loudly and
from their
proudly
country.
to
They
celebrate
export
an
all of their
Olympic gold
products through America.
On a notre propre
Yeah.
identité.
They export it
Notre
through
propre
us.
histoire,
All of their
nos propres
pipelines
valeurs.
run down
Les
to
Canadiens
America.
sont
All of their
accueillants,
trucks
ouverts,
for
novateurs,
exports
ambitieux.
go down to
On
America.
préfère régler nos
Like-
disputes
yeah,
avec
this is like the
diplomatie.
teenage thought daughter in college trying to be an
prêt à
independent person.
quand c'est
Yeah,
nécessaire.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what
Ah.
this is.
Canada is home to bountiful resources, breathtaking beauty,
Oh,
and proud people who've come from every corner of the globe to forge a nation with a unique identity worth embracing and celebrating. We don't pretend to be perfect, but Canada is the best country on earth. There's nowhere else that I and our 41 million strong family would rather be. And we will get through this challenge, just as we've done countless times before, together.
Interesting.
Thank you. Merci.
God, he is so
Canada.
fucked. He is so screwed.
Yeah, that's what I'm
All
gonna
right, so
get.
we'll take 20 minutes of questions, 20 minutes de questions. One question, one follow-up, une question, un suivi. Merci.
Bonsoir, Monsieur le Premier ministre, Raymond Filion de TVA. Est-ce que vous avez parlé ou tenté de parler avec le président Trump aujourd'hui ou dans les derniers jours?
Ça fait depuis l'inauguration que j'essaie de rejoindre le président. J'espère pouvoir lui parler bientôt.
Something about have you like talked to Trump
It's
about
been
it?
since
Something
the
about
inauguration
negotiations,
that
I don't
I've been reaching out to speak with
okay.
Donald Trump. I hope to speak with him sometime soon.
Dans son
Dude,
décret
Trump
qu'il
is
a signé
stonewalling
aujourd'hui,
him.
M. Trump menace
Is
le
this like,
Canada
wait, who?
d'augmenter
Oh,
encore plus les
Trudeau?
tarifs
Yeah, just
s'il
put
y
him
a
on
des
hold or
mesures de
something.
rétorsion.
Tell him I'll
Vous
call him
annoncez
back
des
next
mesures
week
de
or
The
something.
rétorsion
governor
ce
of
soir.
Canada? Yeah, I don't know
Certains
that
vont se
guy.
demander
The
est-ce que c'est pas
governor?
risqué,
Yeah, I don't
ça
know that
risque
guy.
pas d'envenimer la situation.
On va toujours faire ce qui est nécessaire pour défendre les Canadiens, défendre nos intérêts. On est en train de répondre avec un ensemble de mesures fortes mais appropriées et on va continuer d'être là pour défendre le Canada, les Canadiens et notre avenir.
Bonsoir, M. Trudeau. Vous avez mentionné que vous envisagiez d'autres mesures qui ne sont pas reliées aux tarifs. Pouvez-vous élaborer?
C'est sûr qu'on a il y a beaucoup d'initiatives en dehors des tarifs qu'on peut entreprendre en tant que pays. On est en train de parler avec les provinces et territoires sur certains éléments dans leur région, leur juridiction. On a aussi des mesures comme ce que les provinces sont en train d'annoncer, d'enlever l'alcool, les spiritueux, les vins américains de leur régie des alcools. Il y a des mesures au niveau de l'approvisionnement municipal, provincial et même fédéral où on peut moins acheter des Américains. Le choix des Canadiens d'acheter des produits canadiens, de choisir des biens et des services du Canada et non américains, ça fait toute partie de notre réponse collective.
Mais juste pour précision, est-ce qu'il est question peut-être de couper l'approvisionnement en énergie? Mais la deuxième question, c'était davantage sur le décret des Américains. Il n'est pas question là-dedans, il est question de la frontière, mais pas de la relation commerciale. Est-ce que c'est parce qu'il faut s'attendre à une deuxième vague de tarifs?
Tout d'abord, ce qui est important quand on va regarder différentes façons de répondre ou de mettre encore plus de pression sur les Américains pour reculer sur les mesures qui sont de l'avant, on va s'assurer qu'il n'y a aucune région du pays ou aucune industrie qui va porter un plus large fardeau, un plus lourd fardeau que d'autres régions. On sait qu'il y a certaines industries, dont l'industrie pétrolière, qui ont un grand impact aux États-Unis, mais on va s'assurer que toute réponse qu'on va faire va être équitable à travers le pays, parce qu'on ne veut pas que ce soit seulement une région ou une partie du pays qui paye le plus pour défendre tous les Canadiens. Et c'est quelque chose, un principe sur lequel tous les premiers ministres sont d'accord.
Yeah, Canada's
Est-ce qu'on peut s'attendre
fucked.
à une deuxième vague? C'est
Yeah,
ça aussi la question.
it'll be funny.
They're
It'll
so
be funny
fucked.
to watch.
I'm looking at it right now.
Sur
More than
l'enjeu d'autres, pardon, une deuxième vague, dans quel sens?
De tarifs, parce que dans le décret, il n'est pas question de la relation commerciale, il est juste
Ah non,
question
oui,
d'enjeux
tout à fait,
de
tout à fait. Ces tarifs d'aujourd'hui sont ancrés dans la préoccupation du président sur le fentanyl. La réalité, c'est que le Canada représente une infime partie du défi au niveau du fentanyl auquel
Bro.
les Américains font face. Et
How bad
on
is
est
it?
prêt à travailler avec eux.
44% of all of their imports come from the U.S.
En même temps, il y a une enquête sur
44%.
nos relations commerciales qui est en cours dans le système américain, qui va aboutir
Yeah.
le 1er avril.
mean-
Et à ce moment-là, ils vont prendre d'autres
No one's
décisions.
even close, by the way. China comes in second place
In
at 11,
regards to,
EU at 10,
actions
Mexico
we
at
might
5,
take
Japan at
in
2.
terms of,
Nobody else is
44%.
responding to the
44%.
American
Now let
trade
me
action.
put it in reverse.
There are a number of different industries and regions of the country that can have greater leverage over the United States. One thinks of the oil industry, for example. What is extremely important for me, and I think for all the premiers, is that no one region of the country or one industry carries a larger burden than anyone else in standing up for Canada. We need to all be in this together.
Dude, it's
only
not
works if
even
Canadians are
close.
fully united from coast to coast to coast
It's
to
less than
stand up for this
10% for America
extraordinary and beautiful country.
from Canada.
Wow.
And that's why
It's
as
less
we look
than
at
10%.
different measures, including non-tariff
Like,
measures,
you're
that we
not
might
even
move
a
forward
fraction
on,
of what
we
we
will
care
not be
about.
moving forward on issues
You are
that
such an
further divide
irrelevant,
the country,
like,
which
speck
is why
on this
we're
planet.
working with all premiers to look at
That's why
different
Trump
ways
hasn't talked to them yet.
we
He's
can
just like,
encourage
this
the
is
Americans
bozo.
to step
Dude.
back from these trade actions. Bonjour, Christian Noël de Radio-Canada. Pour être clair sur cette question-là, les tarifs sur le gaz naturel et le pétrole ne sont que de 10 alors que pour le reste, c'est de 25 notamment parce que les États-Unis ont besoin de notre pétrole. Ils ont besoin de plein d'autres choses dans notre secteur énergétique. À quel endroit est-ce que vous êtes prêt à couper le robinet?
Tout d'abord, soulignons que oui, les Américains ont besoin de notre gaz et notre pétrole, ils ont besoin de nos minéraux critiques, mais ils ont aussi besoin de nos pièces d'automobile, ils ont besoin de nos produits agricoles, ils ont besoin de notre ciment, ils ont besoin de notre bois d'œuvre. Il y a énormément de choses que le Canada produit, qu'on vend à des prix très, très bon marché ou bien responsables aux Américains sur lesquels ils dépendent pour leur bien-être économique. Des tarifs de 25 sur tout ce que le Canada produit, ça va faire mal aux Américains, aux consommateurs américains, aux producteurs américains. On s'attend à avoir des défis énormes
In
dans
their
l'industrie
defense,
automobile.
we've seized about 43 pounds of fentanyl on the Canadian border. Guess how much fentanyl we've taken from the Mexican border, or gotten from the
How
Mexican border?
many?
21,000 pounds. So, in their defense, the fentanyl thing is clearly not the main issue.
Et on va utiliser
Well, that was
toute
what he
la
was saying, was that it
gamme
wasn't the big
d'outils
issue. It's
qu'on a.
obviously not.
Yeah.
Pour être très clair, on ne veut pas être dans cette situation. C'est le choix des Américains de nous mettre dans cette situation-là, mais puisqu'on est ici,
Oh my
think-
on va...
Oh my god. Dude, for Mexico, it's almost 80%
Oh
goes
my
to the
god.
US.
Oh my god.
Des Canadiens qui ont hué l'hymne national américain. Est-ce qu'ils ont raison d'être en colère et êtes-vous en colère?
On
We
a
need to start sending our immigrants
très
to
longue
Canada
histoire
instead.
avec les Américains. On a un partenariat sans pareil, mais il y a toujours eu des moments
We need to
de
start sending them to
différends, des
Canada.
moments de tension entre nos deux pays.
Please,
Et
please,
des
Mr.
moments
President Trump, pourrez-vous,
profondément
please do not
sentis
fuck us in the ass. Like,
parce qu'on est si proche. en tant
that's
que
it.
voisins
We're gonna
et
send
amis,
2
famille.
million illegal immigrants to Canada.
Et ça peut être pénible pendant qu'on passe à travers ce
No,
moment-là.
Mr. President,
Mais j'ai confiance.
please.
J'ai confiance dans les
don't do it.
Canadiens, mais surtout j'ai aussi
And,
confiance
and we're gonna
dans
put
le
a
peuple
100%
américain
tariff on all condoms going into Canada.
comprend à quel point leur lutte, leur grand défi dans le monde,
No, please,
C'est pas le
our
Canada.
population will skyrocket. We can't
et
handle the
qu'en
demand.
travaillant ensemble, on va pouvoir passer à travers ces
Dude.
moments pénibles pour
This is too
en
funny.
sortir encore plus fort.
Dude, these guys are fucking. I
Parce
mean,
que les Canadiens ne
the biggest thing is like everyone thinks Trump is bluffing. That's the biggest thing. They hear him speak and they're like, this man's bluffing. And then they get in this situation where they realize he's not bluffing. And then they have to respond. This guy has nothing to lose, by the way. He has already resigned. So do you think he gives a fuck if he entirely destroys Canada at all? No, he does not care.
No.
So for him, this is him going out with a big bang. You know, he's like, look at me. I'm a nationalist. I am protecting Canada's sovereignty. I'm going to hit US with a tariff. Although I haven't heard a number. Have you heard a number yet? Right? Wouldn't you lead with that number? Trump does. Trump leads
I
with
don't
the
think
number.
there's any number that would do any damage. I think
going through a
just making it
difficult time right
vague
now,
would
and
actually
yeah.
be better.
Emotions may
The
run
mo-
high.
The biggest thing
here
he
and
said
there,
so far was,
particularly around
Canadians,
hockey games.
please stop buying
I
US
know we're going to make through
products. Is that the
this, because we
tariff?
have the most successful
Okay,
partnership
cool. More
the
for
world
us.
has ever seen.
For products.
And it's a true
True.
value.
Actually
time
true.
of
Not
Supply
wrong.
and demand.
Challenging
Yeah.
geopolitical instability.
Wait a second.
Wait,
Jillian Piper with
don't worry,
Global
Canadians.
News.
Just stop
Prime
buying
Minister, will you
44% of
recall
everything that we have in the
Parliament
market.
passed a bill to help Canadian workers and end prorogation?
They're screwed.
As you can see from our strong response package,
Oh God,
as
What
we
is
spoke
response
about with
package?
premiers this afternoon.
that's a great question. I don't
in
even
past
know.
couple weeks, we have the tools to be able to support Canadians through this challenging time as it stands.
I don't
This
think
is a
you do,
moment
brother.
for
lie.
Canadians to pull together, including Canadians of all different political parties. This is a moment where we need to set aside our differences and focus on delivering for Canadians, standing up for Canadians, and protecting the most successful political, military, economic, and security partnership the world has ever seen. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We have the tools to do it as a government right now, and we will keep doing it
Who's
alongside
benefiting from all
our
this, dude?
peers,
You're the only one that's
and our
benefiting.
partners.
Like,
A member
we
of
get
the
nothing from you.
Canada-US Council, Lana Payne, today said that an ally would not act this way, and therefore the US is no longer Canada's ally. Do you agree with that?
Like I said, I think there are going to be people who are upset and even hurt by what's gone
oh
on here.
no, not the feelings.
But I have
You know
faith.
what's really funny
I have
What?
faith
is
in
if
Canadians,
anyone
but I
else,
also
if
have
somebody
faith
put a
in the
25%
friendship between
tariff
Canada and
on the US,
Yeah.
America would lose their, like, all of us would be like, okay, fuck that. If it was Mexico or Canada doing it to us, we would lose our minds. Trump would be like, attack, attack. Do you know what I mean? We put
Yeah.
a 25% tariff on this guy and his country, and he's like, yeah, we're still friends. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just a prank. It's not a big deal.
It's just a prank.
we will continue to be
Not the feelings.
Not the
friends and neighbors.
feelings.
We might import 44%
Prime
of
Minister,
your
you said
products, but
earlier
we
that
import
you're not gonna
100%
move
of our
forward on measures that would
feelings.
further divide
True.
the country. Does this mean that blocking
44%
energy exports is fully off the table?
Yeah.
It means that any conversations
you're 100%
around further
dependent.
measures,
So they're an oil
particularly
state, is basically what you're saying.
involving
Yeah,
one
pretty
industry or one region of the country more than another, is something that we're going
Oh,
to
wait,
do
I'm actually kinda
carefully
curious.
and thoughtfully, and with the
Let me see.
full partnership of regional leaders, provincial premiers, businesses. No one part of the country should be carrying a heavier burden than any other. We're in this together. We're all going to stand together, and we'll be there for each other from coast to coast to coast.
And
How many coasts
President
do
Trump
you
said
have?
in the executive order that it's
3.
about the border
Yeah, you take it.
and fentanyl.
If
Do
you-
you think that this
I
is
mean-
what it's about?
Yeah, 3.
We have
Oh, God.
one of the strongest, more secure borders in the world between Canada and the United States.
Wait, you own
As I
Alaska.
said, less
It's like
than
literally right
1%
next
of
to you
fentanyl
guys.
going
True.
into the United
You don't even
States
you don't
come
even
from
own
Canada.
Alaska
Less
because
than
it's right next to
1%
Russia and you'd get
of
pummeled.
illegal migrants going into the United States come from Canada.
Nobody's
That
talking
doesn't
about
mean
illegal
there
migrants,
isn't
you
more to
assholes.
do.
They're about fentanyl.
And that's why we've
Skirting the
invested $1.3 billion in strengthening our borders. And we're seeing over the past number of weeks, past couple of months,
Dude, they would, like,
the numbers significantly decrease
it's
at
so
the
bad
border
for them.
already.
It's actually
Oh
so
no.
bad for them.
All
We are
the illegal
making
immigrants
progress and
coming
working
from
together,
America to
including
Canada.
sending
How many?
joint teams
2?
over to China to talk about
3?
the precursor chemicals that get developed into fentanyl all across North America.
So 20%
There are
of their
things that we can and must do together, and I
exports is oil.
understand
90% of
the
that goes to the
preoccupation the
US.
American president has with
So at
fentanyl
the
deaths.
same time
we share
as
those preoccupations. We've seen
we'll be
far too
fucking
many
them right in the
communities
oil industry,
across our country
they'll be fucking
devastated
themselves by placing a tariff
by
on
toxic drug
44% of the
supplies,
goods that come from the US.
by fentanyl.
Yeah.
So
by opioid
60%
addictions.
of their economy would be
We have
tariffed.
taken action over the years, but we're happy
Yeah,
to
all
do
in
even more
all
with
in
the
a
United
day.
States to
All in a day.
counteract this horrific
all
tragedy.
all in one day.
That's why
Nearly
we
60% of
have
Canadians,
committed to doing
the
even
Canadian
more
economy
and
would be
working
stressed.
alongside.
Yeah.
But this trade action against Canada is not the best way we can actually work together to save lives.
Good evening, Prime Minister. Stephanie Taylor with the National Post. What does it tell you about your relationship with President Trump that you've been trying to get a hold of him
Yeah,
and
what
he
does it
hasn't been
say?
speaking with you?
What does that mean?
I think this is a time where we've all remarked on just how active President Trump has been in engaging with a
Everyone else but
wide
you.
range of topics in his first weeks in office. As you all know, I've had many good and substantive conversations with President Trump over the past months, where we've highlighted the work that we can do. Our ministers and officials have been engaging, in many cases like today, multiple times a day with their counterparts to talk through these issues, to move forward on areas of mutual concern. we will continue to engage, and I will continue to be there to work with President Trump as we've worked together in the
Please,
past.
Mr. Trump,
We've
please, I
worked
need your
together to solve
please
some,
sign this
pretty
thing. I need
challenging
your
issues
assistance,
over the
please.
years. I
Like,
look forward
who
to
the fuck are
doing
you?
He's not even
Like,
gonna
walk-
talk
walk-
to this
souligner
guy.
à quel point,
No, he's not. Like, who's calling? Who's calling me right now?
Who's calling
avec
me?
beaucoup de
It's Mr.
différents
It's
enjeux
Mr.
sur sa
Trudeau,
table.
sir. Do you want me to
Ça
put
fait
him on hold?
plusieurs mois que j'ai
No, hang
eu
up the
beaucoup de
call. Hang up the
conversations
call. I don't want to talk to him
avec
right
lui,
now.
sur les
I'm too
enjeux
busy
dont on
flicker
est en
gooning
train
in
de
the
discuter
Oval Office.
aujourd'hui.
Where's
Il
my
sait très
Diet
bien,
Coke?
nous
Starts
Where's my
rapping.
McDonald's? Where's my
Where's-
McDonald's? Where's my
Where's
McDonald's?
RFK on the phone? I want to get rid of some of these chemicals inside the McDonald's burger. I'm starting to taste it a little bit more now. RFK, what's going on?
RFK, you can touch whatever you want. No, RFK, I told you were allowed to touch everything else except my McDouble. God damn it,
It needs the
RFK.
chemicals. It needs the chemicals to
It needs
maintain the flavoring.
Chemicals
Canada
taste
got hold
good.
of President Trump on
The
Gosh
foaming
darn it,
agent is
RFK.
necessary. The foaming agent is totally necessary.
Can Canada
I
have
like
a
my
productive
team-
Sir,
relationship
Mr.
with
Trudeau is
President
crying
Trump
on the
and
phone.
Trump
Do you want me to do
administration
something
moving
about it?
forward?
Or
As
like,
I've said, we've
I thought I
had
told
a
you to hang it
very
up.
effective,
Now he's crying.
and
We're going to put a few more
Bonjour,
tariffs on his.
series of
President Trump.
conversations,
He's throwing a
Bonjour.
tantrum.
the
But
American
s'il
administration
vous
will
plaît,
Sir,
continue
sir,
President-
he's
Pres-
speaking French
I
now,
look forward
sir.
to
S'il
speaking
vous
We
with
can't
plaît,
understand
President
him.
Trump, please.
in the
Once
coming
again, he's still on the
days and
phone.
weeks.
Please hang it up, or I'm going to
This
place
is
even more
something that
tariffs on him.
matters, but
And
we've
you,
solved big
your family
issues
too,
before.
Mr. Secretary.
We'll solve them again.
Please, 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 please leave my office so I can enjoy my Big Mac and
President
my McDouble
Trump,
in peace.
please. Buy our maple syrup, please, President Trump.
If I don't get RFK in here right now immediately to change the flavoring context of this Big Mac, we're going to have another tariff issue on McDonald's.
I think Canadians understand that
Dude, how
need
funny
to
it would be
respond to
if
this.
you just made
we
RFK
need
bring
to
you your
respond in a
McDonald's
way
every
that is
freaking
appropriate, that is measured, but
every day you
forceful.
just
Imagine
made
R-
Um,
Imagine RFK trying
it
to be like,
meets the
yeah,
moment.
I've been trying to like
We're certainly not
fix
looking
things
to
and everything, but he
escalate.
just keeps asking me to bring you Big Mac.
We will stand up for Canada, for Canadians, for
RFK,
Canadian jobs.
how is it going there
We
at
will
the
also
National
Yeah.
Health
continue to
Services?
do more
Where's my
together with the
McDonald's?
United States.
Where's my McDonald's?
Counteract
Where's my
the
Big Mac?
scourge
I
that
will
is
only have a
fentanyl.
meeting with you if you bring
We
my
will
to my
continue to work on
McDonald's, please.
growing our economies
Yeah.
together, on creating jobs and competing
Sir, President
with the
Trudeau's on
rise
the
of
line
non-market
again.
economies around the
He's
world.
saying a lot of racial slurs this time
Together,
around.
we'll do things together, and that is my focus. My job is to stand up for Canadians. That's exactly what we're doing. But we're also standing up for the relationship between Canada and the United States, which, as I've said, is the most successful partnership and friendship the world has ever seen.
You're dealing with a U.S. administration that says, there's nothing that you can do to stop this. We're not looking for any concessions. So do you see any conceivable way out of this because of that?
The coming weeks will be difficult for Canadians, and they'll be difficult for Americans.
Maybe
The
just for you guys.
I think
level
it'll
of
just be-
cooperation.
I think we'll be okay. You're less than
the
10%.
level of
Less than 10%. I think we
effective
can live without
partnerships
that.
between our two countries that have been established over decades and generations means that this trade action by the Americans and our response is going to have real consequences for people, for workers on both sides of our border.
Nope. Just for
We
you.
don't want to be here.
I'm sure you
We
don't.
didn't ask for this,
I'm sure you did.
You're not even supposed to be there.
but we will not back
Yeah.
down
We will not back
in
down.
standing up both for Canadians and for the incredible, successful relationship and partnership between Canada and the United States. I
What?
look forward to
Again,
working with
he's
the
like this,
American
bro. He like this.
administration
He
on
sits
our
my phone.
range
Yeah.
He sits my phone call.
of challenging
Yeah, it's
issues
like, what are
that
we talking
our
about right now?
communities and our world is facing. And I hope that day comes soon. Merci beaucoup.
Merci
All right, this
beaucoup.
concludes today's press conference. Ça conclut la conférence de presse d'aujourd'hui. Merci.
Merci tout le monde.
So, can we find this said package? Like, what are the numbers? He literally didn't say the numbers.
He's not supposed to. He's just supposed to say that we have a response package, and then not elaborate any further.
but not announce what it is. Like,
Nope. Nope.
Let me
Because if
see.
he does that, then it gives away what little power he may have left.
The Texas economy is larger than Canada's, and we're not afraid to ease it. Huh. Okay.
That's pretty funny. What did Trump have to say about this
He hasn't
poorly worded?
responded yet. I mean, this literally happened live, so I mean, we'll get an immediate response. Okay, so Canada plans to target red states with tariffs in response to Trump. Interesting.
Huh.
Well, let's see. Florida's economy is self-sufficient. Actually, it's one of the few states that literally has a surplus in money every year. Texas, I think, might actually be the only other state that also has a surplus every year. And if anyone doesn't need oil, that would be fucking Texas. So wait, okay, if I'm being entirely honest, I guess
Yeah.
what I'm reading here is that Canada. So he threatened red states, specifically Texas, instead of the entirety of the U.S., which is clever, right? However, it's really not. So if you target a singular state, it kind of gives the U.S. federal government an excuse to not do anything about it, right? It's like, oh, okay, you didn't hit all of us; you just hit one state. However, Texas shouldn't be fucked with in general. Like, also, like, they would feel the least amount of effects when it comes to oil. Hello?
Yeah. Look at this.
Okay, so they are announcing. Yeah, that was earlier. This is what we just watched is in response to that. So, so he's responding. This was the response. It's a retaliatory 25% tariff on American goods. So, they're going tick for tack here.
Okay, and we just won't sell to them.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we'll get a Trump response probably in the middle of doing this podcast. He's pretty quick. I'm sure he was watching. Yeah. I'm sure we'll get a response right away. I don't even think it'll take that long. No, and I'm sure it'll be a 50% tariff increase immediately. I'm 100% sure he'll hit them immediately. But yeah,
Trudeau was crying. His tears have made me decide it's going to be a 100% tariff instead.
Look, he's calling me right now. He's literally calling me right now. Hello,
Mr. Trudeau, you're on the phone, Mr.
Trudeau. You're on the phone.
Please, Mr. Trudeau, please don't do this. Please, my wife is crying right now. We can't take any more of this. You're going to send us your fentanyl straight to my office. I'm going to enjoy all of it. I'm going to put it in the Big Macs I eat, and you're going to stop crying this instant, Mr. Trudeau.
That shit's so fucking funny.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a maneuver. Well, okay, I'll say this. There's a deficit, right? The deficit is like $200 billion in trade. We shouldn't be giving them free money for fun, subsidizing their shit for fun. Or at least at a moment when we need money, right? For sure, that's the thing. However, I don't think that's really playing in any of this. I think it's very clear that the U.S. military and our government really wants Canada and Greenland to fight over the Arctic region. Like, I think that's very easily the bigger thing going on. But it is pretty funny that Canada thinks they can, play this game.
Yeah. There is no game being played. They're just getting fucked.
Yeah. It was also announced today that BRICS, which was like, so BRICS is an alliance between, it's an economic alliance between a lot of countries, but BRICS stands for Brazil, India, China, and Saudi Arabia. And originally they were working on a currency between the 5 of them, plus the, I think it's like over 20 plus countries they added to their list. Trump threatened them with, I think, 100% tariffs on every country that joined BRICS and was using the currency. And it was announced recently that they are no longer looking to make a currency. So these tariff threats they've been kind of successful so far. They've been very productive. They've made it so that Colombia has to take in their immigrants back. China, India both have to take their illegal immigrants back. It's been pretty successful in terms of getting what Trump wants to happen. He's been really good about it. I am a little worried that if enough countries kind of go, okay, bruh, like if we all stand up to you, then it won't work as much. But so far, every country has backed down. It'll be very interesting to see if the pressure keeps working, but so far it has. Oh yeah, that's right. Apparently we had hostages in Venezuela and the Taliban, and we've actually managed to get some of them back. Whoa.
Who cares? Who cares? I'm sorry, but who cares? I would be the worst person to be on the other end of a hostage negotiation situation. Mr. President, we have someone on the line for you. What is it? Yes. You have hostages. 10 million. Within 24 hours. Hang up.
Oh, so you're in the George W. Bush style of negotiating.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
I'm not.
My Super Bowl starts in like 10 minutes. I don't have time for this, buddy. You're gonna have to call some other time.
You ever see the meme of him? It's always him like this with his legs up, and he's always just hanging out asking for Twinkies or some shit. Or I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
I'd probably say something more fun. I'd be like, oh yeah, post their death videos on Live Leak, so I have something to watch later, buddy. yeah, you're funny.
Yeah, I guess you probably would relate the most for George W. Bush. That would definitely be you, the president.
I mean, he's the GOAT. He made $2.3 trillion for fucking the American government. $2.3 trillion, boop, just gone. Wonder where it went. Ooh, who knows? It's a mystery.
Oh my god. So there are more tariffs announced for Canada and EU. So 100% EU is getting tariffed. EU has probably been. He's right. EU is the biggest violator of relations with the US, probably amongst all of our allies. It's not even close. I was doing a little bit of research. So you know how they like brag about their fucking healthcare?
Yeah.
I have reasonable suspicion to believe that a large part of that is actually subsidized by U.S. Goods and services.
Not for long.
Exactly. I don't know how much of it is, but there's
enough to make a difference.
Enough to make a difference, 100%. A large part of that seems to be coming. Here's the thing: in order for them to get free healthcare and like free schooling, blah blah blah, all that free socialist shit.
Exactly.
What most people don't realize is that they literally tax everybody no matter what amount they're making. So in the U.S., if you make below a certain amount, you don't pay taxes, basically, right? At the end of the year, you get them back.
Sure. And unless I have a premium tax credit. So essentially, my $500 health insurance gets its price reduced by like over 80%.
Right.
So if you use your premium tax credit, you don't get anything back. You just don't have to pay anything extra.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I pay like $85 for my health insurance, and you should see like my prices for like the emergency room is like $200. My prices for out of pocket maximum is like $2,300. It's pretty nutty.
Honestly, it's still kind of higher than I think it should be, but yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. However, in the EU's countries, it's free, and their education is free, but that does mean that they tax even their poorest people.
A lot of money.
At minimum, for almost every country that does this, it's 40%. At least 40%. Most of the time, it's 50 plus, and usually it goes even higher. So, and it's called the VAT tax, and some countries have other names for it, but it's mostly called the VAT tax, which is obviously quite different from the U.S. However, if you tax these people like that, they don't. They're poor, like they're literally living in poverty, to be honest with you. They're literally living in poverty. So I don't know. The metric is that the poorest American actually makes more money and lives better than the average EU citizen. Because what a lot of people don't take into account is that they don't have like AC. Like they don't normally have AC. They can't use their AC. Their energy bills are higher than Americans. They live, a lot more of them live paycheck to paycheck when it comes to food. They don't really have, you know what I'm saying? Most of them are broke, bro. Most of them are very broke.
No wonder all they do is play Dota and CS2 all day.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so a large part of their economies are actually I wouldn't say propped up, but they do make a lot of money just by taxing us a ridiculous amount. An example that Trump mentioned was actually airplanes. When they go to land in EU countries, those planes get taxed to oblivion.
Yeah.
And it's expensive as fuck. That's just one example, but it's like that across the board. All the way across the board on every good and service that comes to the US, pretty much from every country, it's tariffed. Like they're charging a way higher price than we do for our products going out, which, obviously it's a lot of negatives for us because we're paying more outside. Obviously our own domestic market's it's not gonna flourish because it's too expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we should take European citizens hostage.
Why? Most of the best ones just come here and work for us. Do you know who made Spotify?
No.
Some people in Eastern Europe, I think like Sweden or fucking, I don't know, the Netherlands or some shit. Guess what? They immediately made enough money to move to America and then moved to America. And that is the story of every European company ever. You make enough money to move to America and then you move that shit to America.
Seems to me that's I use YouTube Music, so I have no clue what the fuck Spotify's all about. But YouTube Music is great, right?
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I hear a lot of good things about it. I don't use it that much. I've been a Spotify enjoyer from the beginning, and to be honest, I'm kind of brand loyal to them. But I like Spotify. I think they've made a lot of progress in their brand.
Yeah, I've switched from Apple Music to YouTube Music. YouTube Music just has more stuff on it, I guess, than Apple Music. Apple Music is kind of just like strictly specific artists that upload. It's not really. Yeah.
I mean, Apple shot themselves in the foot for a lot of their products.
Yeah, I mean, they already make so much money because they can just release a new phone and people will buy it, so they don't really care that much.
True.
All they care about is that they're closed source and that their phones have privacy bullshit or whatever. But
yeah,
I mean, it's like we need to be putting European hostages into gooning machines and sending the videos to the ambassadors over at the EU.
Wouldn't they just want to get kidnapped?
To be forcibly gooned every day in a gooning machine? We're milking your EU hostage.
I definitely think we are seeing the beginning of a lot of trade war type activity across the board. I would be very surprised if this didn't continue to escalate all across the globe in different shapes and forms.
We need to be putting tariffs on pretty much. We need to be putting tariffs on ourselves. That's what we need to be doing. That's how many tariffs we need to be putting out there.
A long time ago. So actually, the states actually have their own trade systems, and sometimes they'll tariff each other. I don't know if it's still legal, but I know a while ago they would do that shit. They would charge each other more for their goods and services. Tariffs. They would tariff each other. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
A lot of that's.
What about Greece?
What about them? They.
Exactly. What about them?
Well,
I don't know anything about them.
So Greece went through a really hard economic time. They actually had a financial collapse, I think, in the early 2000s, and they had to file for bankruptcy. They're one of the first Western countries to really have to go through the bankruptcy process, and they've been working really hard to shore that up and get their feet back on the ground. They've actually they're known for being a model to a country that failed and has to successfully kind of build their way out of financial bankruptcy, and they've done a good job at it. Greece fights with Turkey. That's it. There's not really that much going. A lot of Greece is just focusing on their internal problems at the moment, which is fair. They're not a big deal.
Yeah. They're too busy focused on philosophy still. They're still on the philosophy grind.
No, I don't know what they do. I think I don't know where they make a lot of their money. I'm sure it's exports like olives.
Okay, Doug, what is that behind you? What is spinning behind you?
Oh, it's my fan. That's so funny. Everyone asked that.
I thought it was your chair for the longest time.
Even when you asked me just now, I also thought it was my chair.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
No, it's my fan. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Italy's prime minister is who honestly you'd like her. She's a really big fan. She's a friend of Trump's. She's a friend of Elon's. She's one of the most based EU presidents. I think she's
Is
president
she
or
like
prime minister.
painting in German shepherds?
No, not that. No.
Are you
no,
sure?
No.
We're
No,
not bringing the band back together?
no, not like that. No. She is far right, or far right by liberal terms.
Yeah.
But she kind of went viral for visiting a Middle Eastern country, and whenever a female visits a Middle Eastern country, they often try and force them to wear a headdress or whatever. And she said like, "Nah, bro, I ain't doing that shit. Kill yourself." In game, of
Yeah, I
course.
mean that makes sense.
Yeah, Georgia Maloney. She's a total badass. Very. But she's being investigated for possible corruption, being paid off or something. I don't know the details. It's a bunch of hoopla, in my opinion. But yeah, she's a badass. What the hell is that?
Does she have a daughter?
Why? Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know if she's. To be honest, I'm probably not. I haven't seen her with her husband or a family, but she came in pretty early in Italy as one of the first far rights that have been elected recently, and I mean, again, everyone pretty much attributes everyone far right now to Trump. I wouldn't really compare her to Trump, but she's very much opposite of what EU has had for quite a while.
What's with the trench coat? What are we doing here?
I don't know. I don't know what that's about. But there's Macron, Zelensky.
Oh God.
That's Modi. Looks like no, that's Zula, the Brazilian president. Yeah, Giorgia Meloni.
I don't know.
I know. I think we're gonna see a lot of far right. Again, far right in terms of what we have now, kind of win in every country, just because. Oh my God. They're calling him Castro Trudeau, by the way.
Oh my God.
I don't even know why they're calling him Castro Trudeau. Oh
This
my goodness. See if Trump has
Come on,
responded yet. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
Elon.
yeah, that's Elon.
Come on, Trump. What do you
Come
got
on,
to say?
we know you're gonna respond. Nope, that's not it. That's still 4 hours
No,
ago.
let's see what the comments have to say.
Dude, I can't read X comment. I think X comments are the worst.
Publix in Florida. This isn't even that bad.
What is? Oh, the egg shortage. Okay, can we talk about the egg shortage really quick? This is so annoying. So I've heard that there's an egg problem. There's a shortage of eggs. Prices have gone up. They keep blaming it on Trump. Trump's only been in office for a little over a week. The egg shortage is because in the previous administration they had to kill 100 million chickens or some shit. I don't know why they did it. I don't want to assume that it was for negative reasons. I don't want to do that. Maybe maybe it was the avian flu problem there that we heard about. But the reason there's an egg shortage right now is because they had to kill a bunch of chickens to avoid disease spreading, or because they just wanted to say fuck you to Trump. I don't know which of these two is the truth, but that's why there's a shortage. It has nothing to do with Trump. Trump can't spawn eggs out his asshole.
He's taking the eggs. He's taking the eggs. He's taking them from us.
I literally keep seeing posts that are like, it's been 9 days. The egg prices are still so high. It's like, dude, what is wrong with you people? The funniest thing, oh my God. And for the first week when he had won his presidency, all I saw were posts like, Hamas war hasn't ended. Ukraine, what he said in the first day it was going to end. And it's like, yes, I guess he did say that. However, he wasn't even in office before a lot of these deals happened. It's like, I can't with you, bro. This is so dumb.
I keep getting messages, Doug, from 7-Eleven offering me 30 cents off gas.
Why?
Why? because they know it's going to fucking go down in price. So they're
Oh,
trying to get as
ahead
much
of it.
money as they can before it
Wow.
starts to hit those prices.
It should go really low, and this is why. One, we've made Trump is good friends with a lot of people in the Middle East.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons, but he
Yeah.
is pushing them really hard to decrease gas prices through pressuring OPEC. And like, to be honest, they're mostly just scared of Trump. Like, they're fucking terrified. So they're just gonna do what he says. Under Biden, it is what it is. He was kind of at war with OPEC, and he needed to apply a lot of pressure. And I guess he kind of got prices back down to what they were, but it still wasn't below, the war.
Yeah.
So I suspect that we'll see prices get really low, not only because we're drilling, drill baby drill, but also because of the pressure he's going to put on OPEC to bring prices down. Just in general, we should see prices going down. However, the egg thing, dude, they had to kill a bunch of chickens because of the avian flu last year. It has nothing to do with Trump. Sorry, the egg shortage, it exists. Like,
Doug, if everyone ate food the way I do, like retail workers would kill themselves. I'm sorry, they would. Because all I do is I order a Publix sub, I go, I pick it up, and then I go home. And
dude,
I eat the
are
first
pub
half one
subs
day.
not the tastiest fucking things on the planet, bro?
They're pretty damn good.
Dog,
Right?
they're so tasty.
And you got these families that are like, let's get some eggs, let's buy some bread. And I'm just like, yeah, I think I want a pub sub today. Let's go with the pub sub. And then you just got the fucking Publix guy behind the deli or whatever, like, I can't take it anymore. People are only ordering pub subs.
They're so good, dude. I love pub subs. Dear God.
Yeah.
God
They're pretty
bless,
good.
man. God fucking bless. So we also have we had to cut short on the plane thing, but can you pull up the footage of a Black Hawk flying into the plane?
Yeah.
And then we'll pull up the second video.
I think that's pretty based, Doug. I think that's pretty based.
Yeah, here it is.
Here it is. This one's actually
boom.
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 Boom. 70 dead.
70 dead immediately. Just fucking knocked out of the sky. But yeah. So we've got that Black Hawk there. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah, so Trump went up and
he's a shooting star.
He blamed DEI for this, and a lot of people assumed what he meant was that the DEI was causing an error in either the flight control room, or the actual plane itself. But he blamed DEI. Supposedly, everything I'm about to say is alleged right now, but the female pilot of the Black Hawk was trans. And they may or may not have found something similar to a suicide note somewhere, either on their computer or something. Some shit like that. That's all alleged. I don't know if it's true. Something tells me it is, because he blamed DEI and then it came out that this person was trans. But yeah, that happens. Yeah,
I think this smells like CIA. This smells like CIA, Doug.
I came from the CIA base, so
yeah,
maybe.
this smells like CIA.
I mean, the new CIA director is one. If the Trump's appointee already got sworn in, you might be right. It's a little suspicious that in the past month, 4 planes have exploded. I don't know. I have no idea.
We'll look at the Philadelphia one.
Yep. So there's another one came out like 2 days after this one. Happened really quick. This one, the rumors are even crazier, in my opinion, because DEI, conflict is nothing new. But yeah.
Oh.
This thing, there's a lot of people saying that this is a missile. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think we would know if it was a missile. The explosion like that, I just doesn't look like a missile strike.
A missile for what? It exploded in the middle of the street. What are we targeting at that point?
I don't know. But I will say it does, when you look
even
at
the people on the videos all say it's a plane too.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, easily dismissed, I think. I will say in some of the videos, it's moving so fast, it literally is just nose diving into the ground. So I kind of look, this guy's got the fucking
he's like, yo, he just keeps driving towards it.
Can you
Yeah.
I don't can you skip this or go to like the actual footage or something? I don't know what this guy's doing.
That was the actual footage, but
Play it again. No, there's a better shot of it, like going straight into the ground.
I'll look for it. Here, I think this one?
No, it's not it. That's so surprising.
No.
I remember seeing a lot of it. But there's a maybe that video is fake. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, it's a plane.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, this is the one that people are like, it's a missile, it's a missile. But yeah, so this plane here, it is a medical bus, I think, for
It was.
was
It
it
was a
was
medical.
was a medical bus.
medical.
From Mexico or New Mexico, one of the two, I can't remember which. And the rumor around this one is that it actually was a Mexican cartel sponsored event because Trump recently declared war on the Mexican cartels. They're about to get they're about to get nuked into oblivion, by the way. They classify them as a terrorist organization. That gives the Pentagon literally whatever they want to do next is allowed. And Pete Hegseth, who's the current Secretary of Defense, I think.
Yeah.
I want to say that's correct. Yeah, obviously he's again a lot of what we have right now. One are Floridians in power and ultra nationalists. So I expect we'll see some crazy shit happen when it comes to the cartel in the U.S. military shortly. But yeah, so the rumor around this one is that the Mexican cartel had some influence on it. Don't know if that's true. Very alleged. Haven't seen anything official on it. But yeah, we've had 2 events like this in just like 3 days. We've had 4 events of this in a month. It's kind of wild. Planes are just fucking dropping out of the sky.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. More people dying?
I think it's a sign something's happening.
Something's happening. Something's happening. Nothing's happening. Shut up. Shut up. Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens.
Something's happening. Something is definitely happening. Either
no. Oh, I need to point you to the chart. I'm gonna have to tap the sign, Doug. Nothing ever happens.
Yeah.
Nothing ever happens.
Always, there's always something happening. It's either you notice it or you don't. Come on, Trump. Where is my fucking response? I know your ass is figuring it out right now.
Oh my god. The name of the account is Intel Schizo.
Yeah, of course it is.
Amidst all the fake news, remember, nothing ever happened. Oh my god. Oh god, that shit is hilarious. Nothing ever happened.
Just wild times, man.
It's taking notes. Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's kind of like who cares? Who cares, right?
Not you. Not you, clearly.
Not me.
Clearly
you wanna know
not
why?
you.
Because I'm not stupid enough to get into a fucking metal box at like 20,000 feet in the air going 500 miles per hour.
That plane was carrying... The plane before was carrying the U.S. Olympic ice skating team.
Seems like they'll never skate again. Seems to me like you shouldn't be going in a metal box 20,000 feet into the air going 500 miles per hour. Yeah, I don't think humans were meant to fly, Doug.
Do you drive to work?
35 miles per hour in a comfortable metal box with airbags.
Interesting.
With stop signs, turn signals, and a parking space. That takes less than 2 seconds to enter into.
Yeah, I'm sure, buddy. I'm sure.
But keep flying. Keep flying. Because if something happens,
you don't
the
care.
survival rate is 0.
You're an idiot. Oh my god.
Sorry. That's I'm sorry. It's safer. You're safer in a car than you are in a plane.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
No, you're
The
not.
plane companies pay for that data to be manipulated.
God, I'm sure they do, but planes going down, I would normally say is rare. However, I would look like an asshole right now. So
If you said it was, yeah.
yeah.
At this point,
Normally,
it's
it's
one a
pretty rare.
day. What's
Normally,
tomorrow's plane accident gonna be?
normally it's quite rare. I will say, in the past 6 months, yeah, I would recommend not flying that many places.
I was about to say something happens, but then I remembered the chart. 1 second.
You can't say it's dangerous to fly in planes and then pull up a chart that says nothing ever happens.
Nothing ever happens.
We
Doug.
literally just covered a 50% trade war between the U.S. and Canada and 4 planes crashing out of thin air. And then you cannot pull up. Oh, did we get our Trump response?
It can't not be over if it's never befell to begin with.
I can't. You're an idiot.
God. Nothing ever happens.
You're the epitome of denial. That's what you are.
Nothing ever happens.
Denial.
Denial. Nope, not denying anything. I'm just saying nothing ever happened.
Uh-huh.
Are you using chapstick, Doug?
You should use chapstick.
Pretty gay, Doug. I'm sorry. It's pretty gay.
No, it's not.
It is.
And I use lotion.
All right.
Take care of your skin, degenerate. What the fuck? Why did you even just look up? Dude, you spend way too much time on Reddit and 4chan. Like, you are just the most degenerate. Like, what do you, like...
Okay,
no,
you're triggering me. I need ego boost. I'm going to r/trans.
The fact that you even knew that existed is just crazy to me, dude.
What? I knew what existed.
Chapstick lesbian? What the hell?
I didn't type in chapstick lesbian, though.
Bro, you knew is using chapstick gay. Okay, fine. But Reddit was the first thing that popped up on your thing is wild.
I need an ego boost. Or something stupid. Please give me something stupid immediately.
I am not pornography.
I'm getting scared.
No, let me read this. Guys, I'm genuinely getting scared. I've usually been... Dude, you're giving me a spastic fucking seizure. What is wrong with you? I am not pornography. My existence is not pornographic. I am a human being with a name, with aspirations, emotions, thoughts, and all else, which makes one an individual. I'm not some obscenity. To be censored or withheld from the public. I'm a girl living my goddamned life. So much for small government. Project 2025 fascists want enormous and ideological government quite literally up in everyone's gonads. So much for free speech or free expression. It's pretty funny this person says that while they're like firing literally everybody in the government right now. Also a minor. Oh, that's why they're pissed.
Yeah.
What is this person talking about? What about?
That's the great part. That's what I love about r/trans. Every time I go to r/trans and read something, I feel better about myself, not worse.
But
unlike other parts of the internet.
Why do they say that they're not pornographic, and then they go on a spiel about the government? Also, okay, I get.
What else this person posts?
Oh God.
Let's see. Would it be illegal for me to save and create a directory of currently public data from U.S. government that is at high risk for deletion under the current executive order? Publicize the directory of it? Yeah, this person's definitely trans, 100%.
Okay, I didn't want to bring it up because I think it's stupid to talk about, but
yeah.
So all the trans people have been kicked out of the military. It's kind of funny that the person flying that Black Hawk was trans, if they were, but
a trans person flying a Black Hawk into another plane to kill a bunch of people and themselves. You can't make this up, Doug.
I know, dude.
You can't make it up.
You really can't make that shit up. Oh, what I was gonna say was, so Trump's made it so that the U.S. government only recognizes doesn't talk about gender anymore. I didn't even know this was a thing. I thought we only recognized sex. And the difference between sex and gender, depending on who you ask, is sex is like the biological formality. You're born with XX or XY chromosomes. Gender, depending on who you ask these days, is either tied to your sex or it's very fluid and you can make up whatever you want. But the U.S. government will only recognize sex, and it's the sex you were assigned at birth, and that's it. The end. That's what he did. I don't know what the fuck this person is upset about. Oh, I mean, I guess also it's been banned for minors to have access to transgender healthcare. I don't know what you call it, hormone surgery, such and such, blah blah blah.
I think they should lower it to like 16. Personally, I think at 16, at that point, you've probably already been fucking around anyway, and you probably figured out what it is you want out of life.
Dude, you say
That's
that,
my
but
opinion.
like, I met somebody. I didn't meet somebody. It's a friend of mine. Maybe I shouldn't expose them. I knew a person, and I think this was when I was like 21, who I'd known for quite a while. And we were in the car on the way home from some event, and I was like, oh hey, so one of my exes had dated one of their exes, which I thought was pretty funny, right? So I brought it up, and I was like, I didn't know, you knew this person. My ex was friends with your ex. Funny. And then they went on to this again. This person is above 20. They went on this long spiel about how they thought they were straight, and then that person, they had broken up, and then they thought they were asexual, and then they thought they were bisexual because they had a crush on a chick. So like, yeah, I agree with you. You'd think they should have it figured out. However,
women don't count. Women don't count. Women don't count.
Okay, let me see if I can think if I know of a guy situation in which they were confused. Because I actually do know 2 more women situations where they didn't know. A guy situation where they don't know if they're gay. No. I've known guys to hesitate towards going, they know that they're gay or such, and they hesitate, they're still like trying to explore it, and then eventually they, fall into it. However, flip-flopping, I'm sure it still happens, but yeah, I'm not too familiar with too many people.
I don't think women should have any age requirement. I think it should only be for men. Let women do whatever the fuck they want.
Okay, so to be honest with you, I'm in the minority here, where I think it actually should be legal. I don't actually give a fuck if a parent tortures their kid like that, and here's why. Not only should it be legal, but if that child grows up and then says, "Oh, my parent fucked me over," because they assumed that I understood what I was doing at 9 or 10 or 13 years old, then they should be able to sue that parent and possibly send them to jail. Because here's the argument, right? The parents' argument and this generation, here's their argument. Their argument is, oh, they know, they understand what their gender is, so they should be allowed. Fine. If you're so confident that that's true, then you should totally be okay with the legal repercussions, right? If you're so 100% certain that that child understands what their gender should be, then guess what? You should be, and not only you, but also the doctors who do the surgeries or give you the medicine, should all be legally accountable. And if the government pays for it, they should be legally accountable too. I think that's fair. And I guarantee you, bro, you would never see that shit again. Dude, the amount that it would drop to is like probably less than 10% of what it was. I guarantee
you know what the average age it is for males to transition?
What?
27.
Wow. Holy shit.
27. You know what the age for women is?
14.
22.
Really? Wow, it's kind of late. I was expecting a lot younger.
They did a study on the difference between regular male brains, regular female brains, and then transgender brains. People have gone through the hormone process, and they found that transgender people are more feminine than females, and this is for male to female.
Okay.
But more masculine than females, but more feminine than male brains.
Oh,
so they're literally like kind of like if this was a chart of masculinity and femininity.
Yeah.
You got women, men, and you got trans, which is just kind of like right in the middle.
Yeah. So
it's no wonder that they kill themselves all the time. They're stuck in the middle of this hellhole.
Well, hormones are really interesting because I want to say that like a lot of what happens in the body is like it's like flipping a switch, right? Like when your neuron fires, it fires. Now there's different levels of strength when it comes to that, but when it fires, it fires. When your muscle contracts when it does the salt process, releases sodium ions, it contracts, right? It's not like again, there's still levels to it, but in general, when that neuron is firing, it's gonna fire. When the muscle is fucking contracting, it's gonna contract. Hormones operate kind of differently because there are like the varying levels that you can have. It's like it's practically infinite, to be honest with you, because it's like a fluid, right? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a. I mean, it's not a solid uh structure. It's a fluid. Oh, it is a solid structure. It's a protein binding, but the levels is just really variant. Like it just varies high. Like the varying levels of hormones is crazy, right?
I mean, it's like I'm sure there is a scientific burden that can be alleviated through some extensive research that can prove that certain parts of the brain, you know, they condone, traits from the opposite sex that because of a misfiring of neurons or because of a different kind of wiring in the brain, right? I'm sure that can be studied and proven,
I think it's
right?
pure hormones. That's why I'm saying the difference here is a little awkward because it's really and all this thing of everything being fluid, hormones is the most kind of fluid area you'll see in your body, like in terms of the range. Like it hormones fluctuate like crazy in the human body. It's not very stable at all, especially if you're female. But
yeah.
yeah.
However, once again, there's validity to it. It's admirable to be strong enough to be willing to take the stance that this is who you are, right? And to be willing to change your body to such an extent for that end. However, when people go onto r/trans and
I
they
mean,
read this
again,
shit,
this shit's.
it's like
I mean, this shit's absurd. I have a lot of trans friends. They're so fucking normal. I would barely even notice it if they hadn't told me or I didn't know. This is on another level of absurdity and insanity.
yeah.
I don't
Please
know
stay
what this
alive. We are beautiful people. Never let anyone make you think otherwise. We exist, and we will never be silenced if you're struggling.
So here's where I think the difference is. When I talk to most trans people, they understand the difference between sex and gender, right? They're like, okay, I understand what I was born with. I understand what my genome is. I get it. It seems like these people are under the assumption that they can actually change their sex, which is not true. You cannot change your sex. You can change your gender as long as it's a social construct and it's fluid. Fine, you can change it. Not a big deal.
Also, yeah.
But you
Yeah, I mean,
can't change
also,
your
it's like,
sex.
yeah. If you don't pass the test of society's initial judgment as to what gender you are, and they call you the gender that you were born as, it's because you haven't put, A, you haven't put in the effort, B, you're not on hormones, or C, you're just an idiot or a bad actor, right? I mean,
There's like two things here that go on, and one of them is this like movement to naturalize mental instability. And I don't want to say that like trans people are mentally. I don't want to call it an illness. I don't want to say they're unstable. I don't even think.
I kind of do, Doug. I don't know. Read some of these posts. I kind of do. To be honest.
Well, here's the thing. There's like this movement to make mental illness normal, which I think is quite dangerous in general. Like, okay, so here's a very fine example I can talk about because I understand it deeply. PTSD, depression, anxiety. Three of the most probably easiest ones to go around, and people like label themselves as. They say that shit all the time, and then they blame their trauma for their, I hate using this, but toxic traits, their behaviors that they know are shit, right? They just say, "Oh, it's fine, I can act like this because I was abused or because I suffer from such and such," instead of like taking responsibility and trying to fix it or make it better. And I think there's a lot of factors going into the trans situation. Some of them I think they're genuinely trans, and they just have it's just what it is. That's how they were born. Do I think all of them are? Fuck no. Some of them are clearly doing it because it's a trend. Some of them clearly suffer from gender dysphoria. Some of them have the thing. Is it gender dysphoria when you like hate the way you look or some shit? You like hate specific parts. I can't remember.
It's like
body dysmorphia, body something.
It's yeah, I mean it's called like gender dysphoria. I think if that's it's kind of like it's like trying to describe it. 1 second.
I know. Maybe it's body dysphoria. I can't remember. But I think
it's
there
kind
are.
Of like no, wait. It's like Mirror Harry Potter.
What?
Okay, it's kind of like the mirror from Harry Potter, right? It's like it shows you the things that the mirror of Arised, right? It shows you the things that
what you want most.
Yeah, you want most, right? It's kind of like that. So when you look at when you're like thinking about your body or looking at yourself, you kind of like for half a second, you try to view it as what you desire most, right? And then when you realize after that half second is over that you don't have it, it creates this feeling of dysphoria that you're in the wrong body.
Okay.
I think it's the Harry Potter mirror is the best way to describe it.
Yeah, that's fine. The biggest thing for me is just the normalization of these mental illnesses and just thinking it's totally okay for everyone to just exist with them when it's not.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a broken leg, you don't just lay down in bed for the rest of your life and go, oh, geez, my leg is broken. I can't walk. You go to a doctor, you get it fixed, right? You probably go through therapy if it's bad enough. Like, that's what you do. You don't fucking, wallow in it like an idiot. So
Yeah.
that was the first thing. I can't even remember what the second thing I wanted to say was. Can't even remember what we were talking about before this. there were 2 things and I can't remember. Oh, yeah, I don't remember. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, close enough.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing I remember now is
you remember after I stick my tongue out?
is the snowflake behavior. Now that might trigger people, but here's what I mean by that. I've had a higher pitched voice. Now people just say it sounds friendly. But when I was younger, people would literally in class one time we had a sub, and doing roll call, and I said here, and then they said, "Oh, you sound like a girl," or "Where's this chick?" She said whatever. She said something that I was a female. Now I didn't lose my mind and start throwing a temper tantrum because I was referred to as a woman. I just said, "I'm a guy. It's fine. Don't worry about it." She was very apologetic. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a big deal. When I used to answer phone calls, they'd be like, ma'am. It's not a big deal, guys. It's okay to get misgendered. You don't need to lose your fucking brain cells over it and like throw tantrums and punch holes in the wall.
They're just retarded. They're just retarded, Doug. They're just retarded. Stop making fun of them.
I'm just saying. I think we should.
They can't help it. They can't help it, Doug.
The 2 things we should. The 2 things. Well, the new thing now is everyone's autistic. Everyone's autistic, which means you can do whatever the fuck you want all the time.
Awesome.
Like, what is just happening, man?
Why can't you just be happy with the New World Order? Just shut up.
I can't, dude. It's so stupid. I literally, I want to be a homestead
Doug, you're triggering
guy.
me. You're triggering me, Doug. I need you to stop talking about this
subject.
I'm autistic.
Everyone's so stupid.
I'm autistic. You're triggering me.
Dude, every person I talk to, one of those 3 things happens. They're a snowflake, they're fucking retarded, and they just justify it, or they're mentally ill, and they justify their actions with it. That's literally all that goes on every day, and it's just like, dude, I do a school project, the fucking person I'm trying to get shit from, a group project, she's too fucking anxious to send me the thing. It's like, bruh, you just send me the fucking work? I'm trying to get this shit done. If you're too anxious to send me a piece of paper, then go fucking... Just, bro, in Minecraft, jump off a cliff. Like, Jesus, dude. All I'm saying is Darwin had a point, bro. Jeez. Yeah. Darwin had a fucking point. God damn. Dear fucking God, bro.
Darwin was kind of just like, listen, just like don't die and take care of yourself. Everyone was just like, no, I'm killing myself. A chemical romance, please help me, God.
Maybe at some point we should just let the fucking branches of humanity get trimmed on its own. Like,
yeah, we should.
Dude,
There are
Oh
people
my
that are
God.
alive right now that should not be alive. They should just be dead.
I have more faith in people with Down syndrome than most of these other people. Every person on that page right there. If I'm on any team on the planet, I'm taking a Down syndrome kid, bro. They're gonna put in work.
Yeah.
I knew an autistic kid at my last job. He works harder than everybody else, bro. Jesus. I don't even think he had autism, to be honest with you. I think he was just fucking normal to me. When I talk to most heavily autistic people, I think they're just normal. Just like, yeah,
sometimes
they just see the world how it is. Like,
I was at a family party, and the daughter of my step grandmother was like, "Hey, Braden, what's going on? Do you remember me?" Nope. That's what
Dude, it's so much easier sometimes to work with someone who is like so far on the spectrum than these like fake ass little bitches who are on the spectrum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
No,
so
you're
much
just annoying.
easier. Yeah, no, you're just really annoying and nobody likes you. That's what's going on. And you found an excuse. Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
I could just say I'm autistic, and the people will have to accept me.
Yeah, exactly. I could just show up in the group circle saying I'm autistic and act like an asshole, and it's fine. No, you're just an asshole who should be put down.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But like fucking A, man. I don't know. I have no idea. The thing is, I'm actually fine with society being like that. What I'm not fine is the government being like that. That's where I draw the line. I actually don't care.
Doug, I want as many trans people in the government as humanly possible.
Well, they're all getting fired, bro, or quitting,
or dying, or killing themselves.
Yeah, or taking as many people with them as possible. God forbid they die in silence.
Imagine being, dude, imagine being like a trans pilot right now, and you're the co-pilot.
After that, you just kind of gotta look over like.
We're not doing anything untoward, are we?
Pilot taking. There's like a line they say where they take control of the plane. So it's like pilot taking control of the plane.
Yeah. Just looks over.
Just look over like. Oh my
what
God.
are we? Are we doing okay here?
Yeah, what's the plan?
What's the plan going on here?
It's so fucking crazy. I'm okay with that. Society, I think, should be cuckoo crackers. It's great. It actually creates for good entertainment,
great
good
content.
Art. Yeah, great content.
Yeah.
However, I don't think the government should ever, like, one, help guide society like that, and two, kind of like take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that shit's wrong.
Yeah.
You look at the Constitution, figure out what's fair, label it across the board, and call it a day. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all you do. For the love of God, you don't need to promote DEI. You don't need to fucking, I don't know, be racist, basically. They're just racist and sexist.
I mean, just make it, if you transition, then you get free college. Why not?
What?
Yeah. If you transition, you get free college.
Okay, so here's the other thing, too, is college has gotten completely out of control when it comes to, like, the degrees we give money for. I think we should stop giving money for degrees that aren't STEM degrees. If it's a STEM degree, full ride. Anything else, kill yourself. Or, sorry, we're never making any money on this show.
Boyfriend doesn't know I'm trans. I just started dating this guy from my class, and he's really sweet. But he's also Muslim and doesn't support gay people and trans people. The thing is, I'm trans, female to male.
Wait,
he's straighter than a ruler.
Wait. How does that make any sense? So this person is female to male, but they don't know that they're a male, probably because they don't present like male at all. So this person is actually just a female running around saying they're male and hasn't actually put in any of the work. Right? That's what I'm guessing is going. Right? Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Habibi, it's just joke. You are not trans. All I gotta say is transphobia plus religious thumping equals major red flags. I don't care how hot or nice somebody is. I'm not dating somebody who would think I'm a freak and thinks I should be dead and burning hell. Peace out. Not worth it.
These got to be some of the lowest IQ people, right? I feel like there's probably a correlation between these people.
Oh, I love it,
IQ.
Doug. I love it. This stuff is what keeps me going. Anytime I think about like, maybe I'm just worthless. Yeah, maybe I'm just no good. And then I go here and I'm like, I'm doing pretty well for myself.
And even then, like, I've met pretty low IQ people who I'd still take over these fuckers. Like, I wouldn't even be close.
Yeah, I mean, this is purchase a form of self-defense.
What?
What?
Huh? What? Say it again.
This is not a fun subject, but here are some steps you should take for the road ahead. It's obvious we're fucked in some way or another, right? The new administration is erasing us. Half the country thinks we're pedophiles or freaks, and no one is going to see us. Below are some steps I've listed to keep ourselves alive and safe. 1. Purchase a form of self-defense. I elected to purchase firearms for myself and my loved ones. But if you're not comfortable, not in a good place, find some way to keep yourself safe from bigots and fascists. I have several friends that carry pepper spray batons and small blades.
A whole baton is
2.
crazy.
Make your home a safe space for yourself and for others. I keep emergency food, water, and medical supplies in my home, myself, and those close to me. I recommend everybody an emergency med kit and some food that age as well. Rice, beans, canned goods.
What is this person planning for?
Learn to DIY your HRT.
How do you DIY your HRT?
But there are several good guides on the internet. I have a friend that makes hers. I order mine from a certain anime purveyor in Paraguay. It's leagues cheaper and much harder to track. 4. Find community. Meet the trans people in your area and create some infrastructure for mutual aid depending on needs, wants, and ability. 5. If you haven't had a legal name or gender change, order a passport with your dead name. Yeah, it sucks, but if we need to get the fuck out, it'll be there. Start saving to buy a ticket out of here. We are not in this alone, and we're not doomed. It's just going to require love, hard work, and a brave face.
What kind of crack are these people on, man?
I love it. 0. Do everything in your power to build community around yourself. We are all we have. Historically, this is how we survived, and the future will be no different.
Oh my god, I'm still, dude. So Tulsi Gabbard and RFK, Kash Patel are all in Senate hearings to get, confirmed.
Yeah.
And it looks like they'll all get passed. But I watched I think I've watched like 20 hours of it so far, maybe more.
Yeah.
Kash Patel's is pretty funny. If people don't know who Kash Patel is, he got selected to be the director of the FBI. He's very aware of most conspiracy theories, and he's pretty in when it comes to the abuse of the FBI. But anyways, having him in office would be really funny. He directly said that he would gut the HQ and turn it into a museum, which is fucking hilarious. But I didn't want to bring up RFK, who is running for National Health Director or something. And he had a moment where Bernie Sanders, who I'm sure most people know.
Oh, Bernie.
Bernie Sanders, self-proclaimed socialist, and Elizabeth Warren, who's pretty far left. Not exactly to the level of Bernie, but both of them are pretty socialist. Turned on RFK, and Elizabeth Warren tried to get him to tell her and the committee that he wasn't going to sue pharmaceutical companies.
That's so stupid.
She was demanding that he didn't sue pharmaceutical companies out loud. She said that shit out loud.
Why does it? Even if he went back on his word, what would you be able to do about it anyway? Like,
I don't know. I have no idea. But you don't want to openly be sarcastic. You do need to procure votes. To be honest, they're all pretty confident that they'll make it through. It's not really even a question.
Yeah.
So that being said, Bernie was on his case too about taking money through legal action against pharmaceutical companies. Now, I'm sure most of the people who ever listen to this probably are not a fan of Big Pharma and don't care if they get sued into oblivion. We want prices to come down. Kill yourself.
Exactly. In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, always in Minecraft. So, anyways, he turned on Bernie at the end of the hearing, and he looked at the entire committee and he said, "All of you are some of the most paid people by the pharmaceutical companies. And he turned at Bernie and was like, you make millions of dollars off of them. Dude, try and find it right quick. It's awesome. Just type RFK and Bernie. It was the most Chad shit I've ever seen, bro. I am like 100% for RFK. There it is.
America healthier than other countries in the world right now.
Will you guarantee do what every other major country does? That's a simple question.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, no,
and
no,
protecting their interests.
Oh,
Yes!
I thought that
Preach.
was... No,
Preach.
Get
I ran for
him!
president like you.
Get him!
I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had
pharmaceutical money.
Get him!
From workers all over this country.
Yes.
Workers,
you were the single,
not a nickel from corporate
Bernie,
tax.
you were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in the industry.
1.5 million.
Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
out of 200 million. All right, but
He's $1 million.
that answer.
He knows the exact number.
I know, bro. Oh my god, dude! I cannot tell you the payout for that was so big for me. I watched 4 hours of them grilling him. You're an anti-vaxxer, blah blah blah. And at the end, he hit him with that shit, bro. Dude.
Oh my god.
Fuck
That's
you,
great.
dude. I mean, that's just so crazy. You got Bernie saying that stupid shit. He's the biggest benefactor from these companies. And then you have Elizabeth Warren on the panel, and she's yelling at RFK to not sue pharmaceutical companies. It's like, what is going on, man? What is going on?
Well, I only got 1.5 billion out of 200 million, so really, I kind of got screwed. That's crazy.
Dude, that moment was so big. I could not believe I saw that shit live. I could not believe it. I was like, bro, he just fucking told that bastard. Hell yeah. Dude,
I know what I would do.
Oh, yeah.
I would literally, if I got into Congress or whatever, or the Senate, and I got payout, I would literally be like, yeah, just pay me this amount, and yeah, you'll be good to go. I would literally go to the Congress or the Senate the next day and be like, all right, guys, I just made a shit ton of money. Here's who gave it to me.
I mean, it's pretty funny. So like, that's kind of what you can do.
Yeah.
And these guys are a lot more subtle about it. But, like, you know, all of these guys are Democrats or independents, and they all receive millions of dollars. And the thing is, of course, they want universal health care for America. Do you know why? Because that would mean only one or two companies in America would receive all federal funding for Medicare or for health care. So they would just be the richest medical company, you know, on the planet, because this is America. Yeah. That's why they fight for it. And it's every single time the U.S. does something like that, where it subsidizes an industry to oblivion, i.e. farming.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
all Democrats.
They're all Democrats, except Bernie, who's an independent. But, I mean, you know, yeah. They're all Democrats. No, I mean, like, so what happens is they all say, oh, yes, we're going to make food prices we're going to help the farmers. When in reality, what they end up doing is they just get one company to man the whole industry, and that company becomes so powerful, they become so hard to unroot. So this happened with farming, Monsanto. It happened with the eyeglasses. They were owned by one company. Thankfully, it's been like kind of fixed a little bit with the internet. But that's why eyeglasses were so expensive for fucking forever. Basically, every aspect of the medical industry is like on the verge. It's so monopolized that you have to pay this company who's charging a wazoo amount of money. So they funnel all that money into these Democrats, and they say, yes, we're going to give you universal health care, when in reality, you're just going to get taxed into oblivion, and then they give the money all to one company, and that company charges the government a fuck ton of money. And it's just endless loop of give more money, tax the people, give it to that company charges more, tax the people more money, and that's what it is. That's how it happens. Happens in the EU. Go look at how the EU functions. It's fucking mental.
Yeah.
Nah, it's crazy. But yeah, now that moment from RFK, bro, whoo, that had me sold right there. That had me sold. I was like,
your voice may sound like a dying animal, RFK, but you did the job.
You did the job, buddy. You did the fucking job. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what he does. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, again, he didn't even make it into office, and they'd already started banning red dye. We're getting a lot of companies saying they're gonna stop using seed oils and instead switch to like natural, oil, beef oil or real oils, real fat oils.
Beef tallow.
Beef tallow, yeah. So I'm looking forward to every single thing he does. Every single thing he does, and transparency has been like literally attached to this cabinet. Like, just transparency is number one thing. Caroline Levitt.
Transparency. Trans don't have parents.
We're gonna stop using the word transparency. It's got trans in it.
Got trans. We gotta stop. I'm afraid we're offending too many of the snowflakes. The snowflakes are melting. It's happening.
But I mean, Caroline Levitt's been. She's the press secretary. She's been out there every single day. Trump obviously loves to talk. There's no shortage of him.
Yeah, no.
So
things are looking up.
I think so too. In general, I think things are looking up. Or at the very least,
2 more plane crashes and I'll be happy. 2 more, just 2 more.
You might get them, to be honest. But I expect a lot to happen.
Actually, let's look.
Look up to see if Trump.
4 hours ago. Oh wait.
That was the
Medevac. Is that the same one?
Yeah, Medevac one is the.
Okay.
Is the one.
There has to be another one. Come on, tell me there's another one, please.
See if Trump has responded yet, and then we'll end the show today.
Oh yeah, let's see.
See if he's responded just yet.
Make Europe great again. Oh boy.
Oh yes. So Elon. I mean, Europe hates Elon, or well, not the people, but.
Yeah, he hasn't made any statement.
He hasn't responded yet.
No.
Well, we have another episode on Tuesday or Wednesday, and we'll cover. I'm sure there will be a big response. It'll be huge, biggest response we've ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun times in the kingdom.
Big dream. Yeah, the ice skating crash. Yeah, I'm looking for it. Yeah. All
right, thanks for watching, everybody.